and I can see my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are back again for another match preview. Yes, we are going to be looking ahead to our game this weekend against Stevenage, which is, of course, away from home on Saturday lunchtime, in fact. And yeah, obviously one of the Sky Sports Plus games being chosen this weekend. So hopefully it goes ahead, because there's been a lot of talk about it potentially not going ahead, because the Stevenage game midweek did get called off because of waterlogged pitch. Now, obviously, as people know, obviously we've had lots of rain over the last couple of days since that midweek game, and I saw as well that they've got an ice warning out down in Stevenage tonight until the morning. So I don't know, but we're going to have to just go along and obviously just presume it is going ahead. Hopefully it is, because we do not want to be rescheduling this game. It will not help anybody, and we don't want a midweek game. Another midweek game. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a really well. This game is hugely important for me, because I think we need to see a step up in that performance level, because we've seen a big drop off over the last couple of games, in my opinion. If you look at how the opening three fixtures were under the new gaffer, Liam Manning, I mean, I know we wobbled a little bit in that third game against Peterborough, but I still felt like we got over the line and we played fairly well throughout that match. But definitely the opening two fixtures anyway. But I think the last couple of games, it has been very clear to see the drop off. And I've always been a big believer in that if you perform to your best, then the result will take care of itself, and that's how I see it. So yeah, we want to get back to the levels that we've seen in the opening couple of games under Manning when he first came in. But yeah, as always, you know how it works around these ways in the match previews. We'll take a look at our opponents first in a more brief part of the show before moving on to the main part of the show, which is, of course, our perspective of things, cover team news, predicted starting 11, and score predictions, obviously, and a few quotes, one from the manager and one from a player. And all the graphics you see in this show this evening and any of my thumbnails are down to the amazing Jack, who, yeah, he's a great guy. Obviously, he's really improved from the very beginning when I started speaking to him to now. He's really improved. So yeah, guys, go and show him some support on Instagram. He does his own Huddersfield Sound content as well. You know, a lot of graphics, news and stuff, and match day designs as well that he does as well. So, and full-time results, so all that good stuff, you know, and halftime goals, all that. He does a great job when he's on his page. So Jack's Graphics 17 on Instagram. Go and give him a follow. I do collaboration. He does always invite me to collaborate with him as well, which is great. So yeah, you'll if you follow me on my Instagram, you'll see his designs. But yeah, go and give him a follow. Go and just show him some love. He deserves it. And yeah, anyway, We'll get to the comments then, because there's a few of you. Let me just change this because I'm actually I'm back on Restream. I don't know if anybody notices, but I'm back on Restream, and we're loving it around these ways, indeed. And I'm just going to change the color because for some reason, oh yeah, yeah, we're back on Restream. Thank goodness. We out. There's no. Hopefully the stream is not glitching, not lagging, not as bad. So I do apologize for the last couple of weeks, guys, on that other platform. It was needs must at that point, to be honest with you. It was a free trial that I took advantage of, and yeah, but I know it wasn't very good viewing for you guys. But we got through it, and we're back on the main platform now, indeed. But yes, hello to Monte. He says, yes, Ryan, hope you're good, mate. Hello to you. Good to see you in the chat. Hello to 4 Prem in a row. Hello. Wayne's in the building. Says, hi, Ryan, hope you're well. Big up to you, Wayne. Big up to yourself, mate. And Monty's putting in a few of the emotes. Obviously, guys, when I put it up, it doesn't actually show the emote on my side, but obviously you guys can see it on the on your side. But yeah, Gooch emote there, a few Gooch emotes. Monsters, Stevenage pitch is rubbish. Doubt it'll go ahead. I mean, yeah, I mean, I am a little bit like thinking it won't go ahead either, to be honest with you. And the annoying thing is, I do have a watch along planned for the game tomorrow, but and like I said, it's just touch and go if it's going to be happening. Jack, yes, Jack's in the building who I was being bigging up earlier on. This is the guy. And yes, says, yes, Ryan, hope you're well. Big up to you, Jack. How are you doing? And yeah, big up to Jack indeed. But yeah, I mean, we're going to get straight into it then without further ado. I mean, let me just get the thing up. Here we are. So there we are. So make sure you are smashing that like button for me, subscribing to the channel if you are new around these ways, and let me know your thoughts throughout tonight's show as well. In the comments, in the live chat section if you're watching live, or comments if you're watching it on playback, as I know many of you out there do. No, obviously sometimes you can't always catch it live. And also make sure you do follow me on all my socials, all links on my channel page there as well. And yeah, I did create a new TikTok. Well, I did create a TikTok for the channel very recently. I'm like 2 away from 100 followers. If you're on TikTok, guys, and you haven't followed me yet, what are you doing? It is the same across all my socials, HTFTV. I don't know if there's an 8 on there as well, but yeah, HTFTV 8 or HTFTV. Anyway, the links are on my main page, as I said. And if you've missed any of my video, I know it's been a quieter week, to be honest with you, on the channel. I mean, I did do my League One predictions yesterday, so if you haven't watched that, then please do go and check that out after we've finished with this preview show as well. So yeah, big up to you all. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not just that. I just want it to go ahead because we just don't want to be going there in another midweek just to add to the business of the scheduling. Another midweek game, if it gets called off, it's just not going to be ideal at all. So yeah, but yeah, big up to you. And Monty's followed me on TikTok. Yes, guys. Obviously, I do like the player ratings. Adam's been doing a great job with the player rating edits. I've been sending over my bit, and he's been adding the animations and things and helping me out in that way. So big up to Adam as well, helping me out on that. But yeah, I've been doing my player ratings, uploading onto there. And I'll also, if you recognize, obviously I've been doing the shorts as well on here. Yeah, shorts with the player ratings. So Yeah, that the recent one did very, very well, to be honest with you. Hello to you, Adam. Hi. Good evening. Good evening to you, indeed. Good to see you. Kamash is the man in form now. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah, he is. But well, we're going to get into it. So our visitors, Stevenage, coming to this one on the back of a 3-1 defeat against Northampton away from home. They have dropped off further down the table recently after a run of just one win in their last 5 games. They're currently in 11th place, 42 points from 29 games played, and they've scored 31 and conceded 30. Now, their manager, Alex Ravel, took the job down there in May 2024. He's relatively new to management, as I was looking when I was doing my research before the show. But he has kind of been at Stevenage and worked his way up through the academy setup, the under 18s, and then he had a few, and then he just built his way up to the top, really, and now he's the main guy in the first team. Formation wise, he does like that 4-2-3-1, I've noticed. Very much focused on that high intensity attacking and direct football. Obviously, he likes his teams to be hard working, like I say, high pressing and getting the ball forward quickly. See, yeah, really the base of that is the defensive structure that he likes, the physicality that he likes, and when attacking, utilizing crosses and those runners. Now, the key men to watch in this one for me, like I'm going to go for the obvious ones. The top scorer, Jamie Reid, with 9 goals to his name this season, a striker who will take a chance if he gets gifted one, like we've been gifting many goals in recent weeks. Harvey White is the top of the assists with 5 to his name. So yeah, he's the creative. He's one of the key creative sparks for them. And then most consistent performer through the average ratings across the season has been Charlie Good, who sits at the heart of the defence in centre back. And yes, very, very good. So that's my couple of players to watch for them. But let's get to the comments. Kamash is the man in form now. Yeah, he is. No, he is. Absolutely. Town star, but indeed, what a future he has ahead of him. And you've gone Reid. Yeah, Reid, obviously, yeah, he's definitely one to watch there. But yeah, look, Stevenage, kind of covered Stevenage now. I think we did beat them in the return in the return fixture early on in the season by 1-0. So it was a tight game. That was near the start of the season, wasn't it? So yeah, no, it was a tough game. I remember it actually. So yeah. Jack says, so glad we're back on Restream. Yeah, mate. I mean, same. Like, I am as well, because I just feel more comfortable here. And also, I know that the stream is running more smoothly. And yeah, and I know that there's going to be no issues. I mean, look, everybody has connections issues sometimes. So it might kind of be a little bit, the connection might be lost temporarily, but it still works its way out. It won't be as bad as what we were having to witness over there. So, yeah, no, but I'm glad to be back on here. It feels a lot better. I feel a lot happier. So big up to you, Jack. Charlie Good delivering the goods. I love it. I like it. I like it, Adam. I like it. Yeah, did have to be said, I guess. Yeah. Up the Terriers indeed. Pixelas, hello. If you are subscribing, if you're new, I'm on the Terriers. Chimkin 1964 says, big up to you. Hello. A few new faces in this evening, so good to see you in there. Jackson, yeah, hopefully we can win by 2 or 3 goals, unlike Grant Ball, who only got 1 past them. Yeah, I mean, look, Stevenage did make it hard because they're a difficult side to come up against. And also, they had obviously started the season very well. I remember as well. So yeah, it was a good thing for that really. Just Tyree Simpson stuff left Stevenage. Um, Good question. I think the last time that I saw he was there, but I don't know if he's moved on or whether he's still there. Oh, yeah, Jackson he is. So yeah, fair enough. I mean, and maybe he's injured because he hasn't been playing much. I know that. So yeah. Paul says hopefully he doesn't happen to us what happened to Barnsley called game. Yeah, yeah, that I saw that. Calling the game off an hour before the kickoff on Tuesday night. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that is just don't understand that at all. Make sure to subscribe for more Huddersfield Town content. Yeah, big up. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, make sure you do. I do try and be as consistent as I can. Some weeks are quieter than others, of course, but I still try and remain, at least have a couple of uploads a week with a live stream in there as well. So, yes, so big up to you. But look, let's get into our perspective of things then. So, look, we come into this game, obviously, I'm on about the league game, I'm not about the midweek game that we had, obviously, when we got knocked out of the Mickey Mouse Cup, as I call it. The last league game was a 2-2 draw against Blackpool, of course. We are in fifth place, 49 points from 31 games played. Now, the team news, I know people may have been wondering if Reinhard is going to be available, but he won't be available just yet for us for the next 2 games, in fact. But he will be back in training next week. I will bring a quote up that Manning did touch upon that later on as well. May will obviously serve his 3rd match of 4 games, 4-game suspension, so he'll be missing. Other kind of players that potentially may be getting closer and closer. Jack Watmore is closing in on a return for us. Sean Rowan and Anthony Evans both came back from injury against Doncaster midweek in the cup, so they'll be back in contention. Jolo and Radulovic obviously are both out until around the end of March with calf and hamstring injuries. So, I mean, to be honest, that's all there is to say. There's no other real new injury concerns at the moment, or everybody else is kind of available. I think, yeah. If he goes ahead, Town to win 2-1, Harness and Cam goals. Big up to you. Yeah, I mean, that's a good prediction. I mean, you're getting your predictions early, Monty, but I appreciate you. And Jack says, let's see this predicted line. Yeah, big up to you, Jack. I mean, Jack, like I said, every graphic you see this evening that I'll bring up, I'm going to bring up my predicted 11 up next. Is designed by Jack. So go and give him a follow, Jack's Graphics 17 on Instagram. And if you follow me anyway, you'll see I collaborate with him a lot anyway. He always invites me to collaborate with him on his posts, which I really appreciate. So yes, no excuses. Go and show him some support. Wayne says Dion Charles will score at some point. I mean, to be honest with you, mate, once we get our strikers back in, Dion Charles won't be playing much at all. So I don't really, I mean, the end of the day is he's had many opportunities to start scoring goals and he's squandered them. So no, I'm sorry. I've got no kind of hope in that kind of statement, to be honest with you. And like I said, once our strikers come back, Hardy's fit, then May's fit, then he'll be 4th choice striker behind May, Hardy, and Wales. To be honest with you, that's how I see it. We need Jack back because we miss low strengths at the back against Donny. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Jack Watmore, yeah. I mean, he's been out for ages, hasn't he, Jack Watmore? I mean, yeah. So yes, but look, we are going to be doing our predicted 11. So let me know your predicted 11, or if you prefer, you can just tell me if you agree with my lineup that I'm going to bring up now. And a lineup that is a new graphic to the show. I'm doing it differently this time because Jack kindly said that he'll design me a predicted 11 graphic, which looks a lot nicer on the eye. And look, it's just so smart and professional, and I love it. Anyway, Jack, I'm bigging you up this evening a lot, but yeah, I really, really appreciate what you do for me. To be honest with you, I really do. But yeah, look, this is my lineup for the game. So Lee Nichols in goal, of course. Then the back three. I mean, look, I've kind of I've kind of felt like recently that I'd love to kind of go back to proper wingers, playing with proper wingers rather than playing this wing back system. I'm not really a big fan of the wing back system. I've said that the same under Duff when we were playing it under Duff. I didn't like it. I don't like it still. I do like proper wingers out there, and I do think we do have the options to play with wingers now. So that's my opinion. But look, he's going to go with the same system, to be honest with you. So there's no point kind of uh, hoping for anything different. So yeah, a back three of Rowan. I've brought Rowan back in, guys, because I think Feeney has looked very, very shaky. And I don't know, I think last weekend when he played, I was like, no, I mean, I'm not kind of scapegoating him at the back because I think everybody will play, everybody kind of had a bit of an off game. But I think Feeney looks the most, he looked like he was struggling the most. Wallace was also struggling with the pace of those Blackpool attackers. But yeah, for me, Rowan, I mean, I know, Rowan's fit again, so I'd bring him back in. Wallace and Balker accompanying at the back. And the two wing backs of Mumber on the left. And then I brought Sorensen in because I think, again, look, I love Gooch. I really love Gooch, but I just think he's been really, really poor, to be honest, in the last couple of games. And I don't have agendas. I just say how it is. And if a player isn't performing and it's continuous, then I will say it, no matter if I like them or not. So Gooch, for me, just needs to kind of get back to how he's been playing before he's kind of slumped down a little bit. But for now, I think Sorensen, although he's questionable defensively, I think he has looked better than Gooch on current form at the moment overall. So yeah, the two central midfielders there of McGuane, who needs to step it up again this week because last weekend he was poor, and Ledson, who again was poor last weekend. He needs to be getting in the game because I forgot he was even on the pitch last weekend, to be honest with you. And then the two tens of Ashia. I brought Ashia in. I mean, a lot of people out there, they say, well, just stick with the super sub kind of scenario with Ashia. But no, I think if he's coming off the bench and delivering, then I think he deserves to start. And he is he's a player that's very much, very much, very much a fearless approach, drives at the defenders. And he's such a talented guy. And I just think he's a big, big part of our attacking player when he's on the pitch. So, yeah, no, I think he's taken his chance when he's been given it from the bench. Start him. And Harness, of course, alongside him. And then I've gone for Bobby Wales. But let me know what you make of that lineup. Do you agree, disagree? If you would disagree, let me know where you disagree. And yeah, that would be good to see your thoughts. No worries. Appreciate it. Big up to you. I appreciate you, Jack. Big up. And Monty says, I'd bring Cam on as a super sub. He's more of an impact player. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I understand that. I just see it as that if somebody does come on and make an impact, though, I do think they kind of do come into the manager's plans from the start as well, because I think obviously you've got to reward players for coming on and making the impact that they do. That's how I see it. Paul says Charles can even score a penalty on Tuesday. So what hope have we got scoring? Have we got him scoring goals soon? Yeah, I mean, I'm just not even going to go there anymore, Paul. I've got to the point now where I've just had enough. I'm not going to sit here and defend a player that people can say, oh, he's low on confidence and all this nonsense. I'm sorry. It doesn't look like he has the appetite, first and foremost, to get himself out of that confidence rut. And I just, he's just hopeless. He's hopeless up front. He just doesn't offer anything. And that's it. So, yeah, no, I agree, Paul. I don't have any hope of him anytime soon doing what he's scoring goals. Feeney is good, but he's still young and has a lot to learn. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to scapegoat Feeney too much, but he does seem to have quite a few mistakes in him, and too many mistakes, I think, is the problem with Feeney. But yeah, he's still young, like you say. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's not, but yeah, he's got a lot of things to work on and improve on. Jack's bigging up his own graphics there. I mean, look, Jack, it's great. I love the graphic. It looks so good. But yeah, that's my lineup for the game. Anyway, and yeah, yeah, it's beautiful design. It's a beautiful design. Paul says Feeney always plays the easiest pass, and stands there with the ball before he passes. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with him really. I think Mumba might have to be dropped for Miller. Yeah, I mean, again, I think Mumba has been a little bit found wanting at times. I agree. Miller, I mean, yeah, I mean, look, we know what Miller's about, but I just worry that if he's starting games, then he's more likely to get injured. So I'm kind of reluctant to get him in there because I don't want him to get injured. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I do think that Miller is a very, very good player. I just think his injuries are just a big issue. Mumbury's good going forward, but defending is not so great. Yeah, no, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I mean, that's the problem, though, isn't it, with the wing back system? Like you're asking players to do both, and I just think it's a position that's you've got to be a really, really good player to actually have a good overall game at wing back. Because, like I said, you do have to be good defending and going forward as well. You've got to be a really good player to be able to play that role. It's a really specialized role, isn't it? But yeah, I agree with you. But look, is that time? Oh no, in fact, no. Before we do our score predictions, I did say I was going to do a few quotes. Again, the graphics are coming thick and fast, and Jack has designed some for me as well. So yeah, obviously Liam Manning did obviously confirm that Ryan Hardy will be back in training next week. Obviously, saying it's a little too early for Saturday and Tuesday, but in terms of expecting back with the group training by the end of next week, to be precise. So I don't even know if he's going to be available for the Barnsley game either, if it's the back end of next week. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, again, another brilliant graphic, and we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think it's a little bit frustrating how he has come in and he's not injured. He's obviously working his way back from rehab and that. But it's one of those, and especially when we desperately need him as well. But yeah, I mean, when Ryan Hardy's in there, I think we've got a proper centre forward that can really, we know he's got that physical presence. We know that he's going to be able to link up play, and we know he can score goals, which is what you judged on up top. Obviously, not hard work, not being a nuisance, goals. That's what you judged on. So when people are talking to me about other particular strikers, not mentioning any names, of working hard and being a nuisance up top, apparently. No, it ain't gonna cut it. We need a striker that scores goals. So, like every club does. So yeah, that's what Manny said on the Ryan Hardy situation. And obviously, McGuane was speaking to the media this week as the player. And he said, I wish I could have helped the team from day one. But now I'm playing, and the support I've got from everyone at the club, it already feels like home. So, yeah, look, I think there is definitely a player in McGuane, isn't there? And look, obviously, he kind of understands that, when he came in, then he got injured and we haven't seen him since. He understands that he has a lot of giving back to the people that brought him to the club and also the fans as well. And I like that. I like that attitude because I just think it just shows that he cares. And, you know what I mean? He realised that he's had a lot of support as well from the club as well. And yeah, look, he wants to give back. And even though he hasn't been playing much, so he's been playing more recently than he did earlier on the season, but because he hasn't played much, he still feels like he's at home still, which is good. So yeah, no, big up to McGuane. We love that quote from him, and let's hope he can start finding some really, really good form for us in that midfield, because he did come back in and he played well, didn't he? But then he's kind of dropped a little bit. But I think it's because of the fact, I'm not making excuses, but he hasn't played much football, guys. And plus, so yeah, he's going to take him quite a while to get up to speed and also to be consistent with his form because of the amount of time, the length of time he's been out for. So I'm not so worried about McGuane. I think he's a good player, and I like his attitude, and I like the way he comes across as well. And when he's played some good football, you can tell he's a special player in there. So we know he's capable of it. He just needs to maybe just get back to how he was before. Anyway, when I say before, I mean when he first came back, he'd not been away, and he'd kind of slumped a little bit. So yeah, big up. I really appreciate those graphics from Jack. Monty says, hopefully Hardy can grab some goals. Him and Alfie will run right, I swear. Yeah, look, Hardy's been there, seen it, done it, mate. And like, if he can keep fit, then he's gonna score goals from now until the end of the season. When he comes back until the end of the season for us, I can guarantee that he's done it at this level. And he knows this league, and he's got the qualities to be successful in this league as well, because he's a physical striker, as I said. And you know what I mean? He's just quality. And look, Alfie, I just think that May does need to be a little bit better. He has been found wanting a little bit this season so far. We haven't seen the best of him. So I do want to see a little bit more from May. But yeah, I think maybe I know what you're saying, Hardy and May. Could that be a really nice connection? I think it could. Nice kind of relationship built up there between them two. Celine Dion Charles. Yeah. Jack says Norwich Paolini might have to do so. Yeah, no, it'd be good to kind of do that regularly, Jack, for me if you don't mind. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. But guys, it is that time to get your score predictions in. So let me know what your score predictions are for the game tomorrow lunchtime. I will be doing a watch along for the game, guys, all being well, if this game goes ahead, because there is a little bit of doubt, of course, about the game going ahead, because yes, their pitch isn't the best. And the weather the weather has been dreadful, hasn't it, recently as well? So yeah. But yeah, score predictions. If you have watched my predictions, League One predictions, you will know my score prediction. But if you haven't, you can go and check that out afterwards. But I'm going to share my prediction now, and let me know your predictions down below. Yeah, for me, I do think that we could, we need to win this game. I do think it's going to be a tight game. It's not going to be one that we run away with. But I do believe that we can get the result. I just look at Stevenage's form. If we would have gone to their place early on in the season, I would have been a little bit more worried, because they were just winning game after game at home. They were one of the best teams at home in the league earlier in the season, but now obviously they've dropped off. And so we go there and we're not really fearful because they're not in the best of forms. 1 win in 5, where they got 3 wins in the last 5 games, despite slipping up a few times this last couple of games. But yeah, so we can go there and we can have every right to feel like we can get the win. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for us. And I think goals are going to be scored by Harness. And I'm going to go for an Ashia goal as well. So that's my goal scorers. Let me know what your predictions are, and I will bring them up on screen. Jack says 3-1 to Town. Goal scorers Wales, Harness, and Ashia. Nice. Yeah, we'll take that. I mean, look, I'm not confident of keeping a clean sheet at the moment. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I just think our defence still looks quite shaky, doesn't it, at times? And it does worry me a little bit because, when we are coming up against the better teams, and if we are to kind of go into the playoffs as well, which is the bare minimum, then we're going to have to really sharpen up defensively, because we're just going to be punished ultimately for defensive mistakes and defensive errors, and just defensive weaknesses. We've got some good defenders in there, but I just think that the fact that we are missing Lowe, who's been a big part for us, I know he's been a bit up and down with his form this season, but he's still a good defender for us, and he's one of our key defenders. And obviously he's out now for the next couple of months. And then obviously we've been missing other defenders as well. But Watmore is coming back. So I mean, Watmore is back on the grass. So hopefully he's not too far away. But yeah, so that's the reason I'm going for the clean sheet. But I do think that they do tend to score Stevenage as well if we do play as well. But yeah, big up, nice score prediction. 2-1 to Town. Reed is the only threat, Monty says. Yeah, I do agree. He's the biggest threat, isn't he? The EFL could be making players from 4 teams to 6 teams for next year. Oh, don't get me going on that. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. I don't know if anybody else has seen that as well. They don't need to change something that isn't broken. And I think the EFL, absolutely disgraceful what they've done here, because the only motive behind changing it is to fill their greed. At the EFL, that's all they cared about. It's not about benefiting the leagues in the football league. It's about filling their greed, because obviously there'll be more games to be played and that. And I just think, yeah, shame on you for changing it. No need to change something that isn't broken. So yeah, absolutely ridiculous. If those changes do go ahead. Monty Style defense is shaky. To be fair, we have second most goals scored, but one of the most goals conceded. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, Monty, I do know what you're saying about the most goals conceded. I think even though we are a bit more solid at the back now than we were under Grant, I do think that we've conceded the most goals because of the way we were playing, the way we were approaching games, the way we were set up. Under Grant, we was just sitting back a lot of the time and inviting pressure. The best defences in the league would crack under that. And I think ultimately we paid the price with the amount of goals conceded there. But I do think the mistakes are still there, aren't there? Despite, I feel like we have been better defensively, slightly, under Manning. So yeah, but we're not conceding. I don't think we're conceding as many as what we did under Grant anyway. So yeah. Yeah. I just think it's disgraceful how they're changing it, just money grabbing. That's all they're doing. Monty says just a money grab of the EFL, totally stupid. Yeah, totally stupid. It's totally tone deaf. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about anything but themselves. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't even know how. I don't even have the words, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, look, just to finish with, as we always do, what we want to see from the game. Then, so look, I mean, from my point of view, I do want to see a step up our performance levels this weekend, because it like I say, it has dropped quite significantly recently. From the off, in this game from the very, very start. I feel like we're going to have to take the game to them and put them on the back foot, put them under early pressure, see what they're made of, because they'll be quite, well, the word is they'll be quite fragile because they're not in the best of forms. So if we can get at them early on, it might shake them a little bit. And we might, if we get an early goal as well, that'll be perfect. But yeah. And yeah, look, we just have to manage the game. We just have to manage the game and but manage it on our terms and not let them ruffle our feathers at all, if you could say so. But yeah, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and all, as always, up the town, Liam. My name's Bamian. Big up to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, do drop a like. It is free. Subscribe. It is free. And I appreciate that, Jack, as always. But yeah, that's what I want to say. As I said, obviously we want to win the game. But as I said earlier, I think the performance, if we play to our best, then we will win the game. And that's how I see it. So if we focus on the performance side of things, then the result will take care of itself. I think it's fair to say that a lot of people are kind of feel like we can get the result tomorrow from what we've seen in the chat this evening. So we've all gone for town wins. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see us being going there and having to be fearful at all. Would you say Man has found his best starting 11? Paul says. Well, I would say that he's certainly that found a very close starting 11, because if you look at the changes that he's made to his starting 11 since he's come in, he's kept it pretty much the same. Only obviously unforced changes he's had to make because of injuries or suspension and stuff. But across the board, he's kept it the same. So I do feel like he knows his best starting 11 more or less, the solid base of the starting 11. Doesn't mean he can't tweak it now and again, but he tends to like to keep it the same. So overall, mostly, yeah, I do think he has found his best 11. He knows. Now, to finish with, guys, I am actually going to share with you guys the fantasy football update. Obviously, we have got a league going at the moment. It's been a long time since I mentioned this, but I'm going to get up the league standings, how it looks now, and update you guys. And we're going to bring this back to the show every week, or maybe every couple of weeks, just because obviously it might not change much from week to week. But obviously the winner, whoever finishes top, will win some town goodies at the end of the season. So yes, it is going to be interesting. But look, the front runners at the moment is sadly not myself. I'm having a little bit of a mare. And we're going to get up anyway. So let me just see. Yeah. So yes, this is the current standings at the top at the moment. Clive is currently top. Very, very close though. But he's at the top. As you can see, Jack's there, as you can see, in 7th. And his dad's there as well above. Ollie's there as well in 5th. The 2 Joshes in 3rd and 4th. And then in 2nd place at the moment is Kucharski. I don't know what his first name is. I can't recollect his name, but that is the top of the standings at the moment in the fantasy football league that we've got going at the moment. And then obviously if we move further down the table, of course, you will see myself in 10th, not looking good at it. The thing is, I'm not able to kind of like get a fixed amount like each week. It's either I do really well or I do really badly. And like last week, as you can see, I got 33 points, which is terrible. But the previous week, I think I got like 67 or something like that. It's like there's no in between with me. So yeah, I'm in 10th. As you can see, a few names there as well. And then currently in the relegation zone, if you could say so, um, is these guys, of course. I think it's very fitting that the Darpo Stallions is in the relegation zone. Of course, not a player of ours anymore, but I think it's very fitting that he's there. And currently at the bottom, Jay Lunn, unfortunately. But yeah, no, look, I really appreciate everybody that's actually engaged with the fantasy football. It's really good. And I do find it funny just kind of looking at the predictions and looking how everybody's doing in that. Uh, yes, Jack, you're seventh. I mean, you need to get those points if you want to win. It's on the you're on the. Have you got a fancy football team, Monty, on EFL? It's the EFL fancy app. So I don't know if you can. If you haven't created one now, I don't really think there's any much point because the season's nearly done anyway. But yeah, that's how you do it. But I did kind of just want to finish with that, really. The I nearly dropped my phone and it's fallen off my stand. Anyway, I don't need it anymore because we finished. But look, we are going to wrap this up now. But yeah, big up to everyone that is tuned in. I really appreciate all the contributions that you've given in the chat. As always, I appreciate you all. Make sure you are smashing that like button for me, subscribing to the channel if you're new. You can follow me across all my socials, including a TikTok page for the channel where I do upload the play rating section of the reaction videos that I do every day, every single game. So yeah, do make sure you go and follow me on there as well. Let's try and get to 100 followers. I only created it like last week or the week before, so I've not been on it long. On the I didn't create, but yeah. And also do go and follow up my amazing graphic designer who does all my thumbnails and all the graphics you've seen on the show tonight as well. He's designed them for me. Go and give this guy a follow. Jack's Graphics 17 on Instagram. Go and show him some love. He's come a long way since I started speaking to him. Really worked hard, and now he's really reaping the rewards of the hard work that he's put in on his designs. And yes, he does his own Huddersfield Town content as well, which I often collaborate on because he always invites me, which I really like. I really appreciate. I love collaborating with him, and I love having his designs on my page. It's a great honor to have his designs on my page and to show a big representation on this channel as well as a whole. So yeah, Jack, big up to yourself, mate. I really appreciate you. But look, have a good weekend. In fact, no, I shouldn't be saying that because we are back tomorrow for a live watch along. So do join me from 12:15 as we build up to our game against Stevenage. 12:30 kickoff, of course. Hopefully, if it's called off, then obviously there won't be a watch along. But if it's on, then we will be here from 12:15, and I won't be late, I promise. So hopefully it's on. But yes, I'll see you all tomorrow, but enjoy the rest of the evening, whatever you get up to. And thank you so very, very much for watching, and thank you so much for your support in this one. As always, you guys are legends. I appreciate you all every single week tuning in. And yeah, really does mean a lot to me to have your support. And I do try and I always do my best to do the best content I can. Share out work tomorrow. Yes, Jack, I know. I mean, the joys of having to work on a weekend. But yeah, big up to you. Obviously, I know you won't be able to tune in, but yeah, not good. You can't watch the game either, so it's not good, is it? But guys, have a good evening. Have a good rest of the evening. And I'll see you tomorrow if you're around the live watch along from 12:15. I will get that stream scheduled this evening as well. So take care, and I'll see you all on the next one. As always, up the town, Liam Manning's Barmiami. See you very, very soon.